morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lahnert.
And before me, there were none, and after me, there will be no more. Chuckalicious Chuck Williams.
It is Friday, and we get to sit down with our good friend, Brant Fricker. I said this before. It's Friday with friends with Brant Fricker. Say that fast, real fast.
If I do, you'll pull me off the air.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we shouldn't.
Wait, it's your birthday, Chuckalicious. Come on, man.
Hey, I
Birthday
know that.
weekend. There you go. There you go. Well, Brant brings us a little bit of positivity each and every week. It gives us something to think about. And especially in this day and age, we get bombarded with so many negative messages and so much burden upon people. It's just good sometimes to look at the good things in the world. And Brant has afforded us the luxury. I just saw Brant you could catch him on certain media platforms across, but he's had some rock stars, and we've got one with us today. But he had one of the Duke boys on his show this week, and he made it possible. We really are fortunate and lucky to have a superstar of this magnitude. This young lady was pre-Christina Aguilera, there would be none of those. There'd be no Taylor Swift if it wasn't for this young lady. She was before there was such thing as going viral. Tiffany joins us today on the chat. Brant, Tiffany, thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.
Getting up so early.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
With coffee, I can do all things.
Well, I'm just thankful for you guys, because here we have, gosh, I think she's the most gorgeous pop star I've got to interview yet. I'm just meeting you. How you doing there, Tiffany?
I'm fine. Thank you. Coming to you guys from Nashville.
All right.
Tiffany's got a new single out, new holiday single out. And Tiffany, I want to jump off on the questions. I want to ask you this. You rose to superstar very quickly. And we know how tough Brant's been in this industry since he was a child. And we've seen the music business, show business, eat people up. You have maintained a certain level in your life. You didn't run off to Hollywood as soon as you made it big. You didn't start dating a latest celebrity. You didn't hit the paparazzi with a baseball bat or run them over with a car. How have you stayed so grounded in your world and your mindset coming through that being such a mega superstar?
Well, I was born and raised in LA, so I think I ran away from Hollywood more and more as I got successful. I think again it was a different time period for me. I was a young pop star. I'd been in the industry since I was 9. Got my record at 14, pretty big by the time I was 15, 16 and touring. But, I think it was a little different. I think paparazzi were just starting. But, if I had messed up, put it that way, that would have been the end of my career. I think now we kind of glorify a lot of that. And it's the norm. So, and I think, teenagers to begin with are doing a lot of things younger anyway. But, for me, I think it was my family background. As much as I love my family, we all come from a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I had a lot of challenges in my family with alcoholism. And so I think, I saw how good people got caught up in something that maybe took over their lives. And it was really no different in Hollywood. Good people get caught up with the fame. No one's going to tell you no. You have all the money in the world. So, you can really abuse that power, definitely. And I think for me, I just kind of went, no one in my family can stop me from this because they have their own problems that they're trying to deal with themselves. So I could be as crazy as I want, but really I'm on my own. And I think that really kind of scared me. I went the other way. I started reading self-help books before there was a problem. And I was like diagnosing myself, but it kept me grounded. I became an early mom. At the time I was 21, I had my son.
Wow.
And, that was probably the best thing for me because that changed my life.
Tiffany, you were the youngest artist to top the Billboard charts, selling 15 million albums. And, of course, an entrepreneur as well. There's a lot of depth to you, Tiffany, and of course, your new single, "Angels All Around," absolutely beautiful song, and there's a lot of hint of gratitude in there to people, perhaps that have been there for you and around there for you. You find out who your friends are when you go through a hard time. But I love your song, "Angels All Around." You want to tell us about that?
Thank you. Well, I mean, it was written and the messages that were coming to me in COVID from fans, everybody was hanging on for dear life. I know I was for sure. And I was getting these messages that were just, I don't know what to do. And I'm so depressed and I don't know if I can hang on, and as anyone, when you get these messages from your friends, family, even a stranger that walks by, you're like, well, this is heavy. I've got this person's heart in my hands. I have to be careful what I say. So, I wanted to definitely write back messages that didn't dismiss it. Like, it's going to be okay, because I could go there. I've had a lot of grief in my life with people passing away prior to COVID. And like I said, with addiction of family members and stuff. So I know that depression. And I, too, was really, again, struggling. I missed my family, all of it. So, I was writing back these messages, but I just kept writing, hang on, hope is there. We don't know what tomorrow is because, that's all you really have. And there's lines in the song that says, sunsets and early dawns. I wasn't sleeping at all in COVID. I was like, I had a new tour on the way, a new album on the way, had just invested a bunch of money and in the project because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a self funded nowadays, these small labels. So you got to bring it. They don't give you those big advancements anymore. So, I was kind of like, I could be in financial ruin. I'm not too sure what's happening here. And I started working on that and kind of songwriting is my therapy. I always say that. And one of my good friends who's a fellow songwriter here in Nashville, and of course, my fiance, Mark Alberici, we have a studio here in the house. And when we could get together, Margie Hauser was just like, I want to write a Christmas song. And I've tried over the years to write a Christmas song, but nothing really came out. It would be like a little ditty and I'd be like, nah, that's not it. But this just came out. And, it's a real sincere song. It isn't telling people stories. I wanted to write something that wasn't just Christmas, was something hopeful that you could put on maybe throughout the year. Angels all around, no matter where you are, there is hope. No matter where you're at, I do believe that there's something bigger than us. And, and those angels, we look at angels as being strong, but also comforting and loving. And so it just kind of started flowing out of us. I love this reproduction of this song. We actually released it last year with just a piano and vocal because we were in COVID. We couldn't go in the big studio. But this year we made that happen, went in and got all my Nashville buddies and, just made it bigger than life and did the big vocals and the choir and the whole 9 yards. And I love it. So, and I'm also painting angels, guys. You can see the angel tree behind me, but I have a Children's Miracle Network. I have a charity that I love so much. Yep. So I'm painting angels this year for Children's Miracle Network as well. If you'd like one, tiffanytunes.com, everybody, because we're helping the kids as well and healing people hopefully with their hearts with music. So full circle for me. I love what I'm doing now.